Assalamu alaikum. Hello, this is Mohammed Zahrani from المقرر University College of Engineering at Leith. In this presentation, I will show you how to fill in the NCAA form for course specifications. It is easier for all of us to use an example as a benchmark for our courses. I would strongly recommend that the course teacher is the one who write and fill in this form. In this presentation, we have 8 main sections to fill in the NCAA form for course specifications, starting with the identification of the course, and we will end up with the specification approval data. On the cover page of the course specification, you have to write the identification for the course, and those information has to be filled in. For today, we will use an example, the course for probability and statistics for engineers, which I have already written, and we will use that as a benchmark as also as an example for the whole presentation. Within that form, in the first part of it, in the first section, we have 7 parts on that section, section A, and the first 5 of them are simple information, fill-in information about the credit hours, the course type, whether it's a university or college course, whether it's a required or elective course, and then you have to identify the level of that course, and then if there is any prerequisite or co-requisite. After that, on the 6th part, you have to show the mode of the instruction, whether it's traditional classrooms or blended learning or any type of other learnings. You should write it there, and also you should identify and determine the contact hours for each mode that you are using on this course. So for my course, I'm using only one mode, which is the traditional classrooms, and the whole contact hours for the whole semester is 45 contact hours, because every week I have 3 hours. 3 by 15 weeks is 45 contact hours, and the whole course 100% given as a traditional classroom. In part 7 of this section is the contact hours based on academic semester. Of course, as I told you before, all I gave is a lecture, and it's 45 all in lecturing, because my course is the theoretical. I don't have any practical part of the course. If you have any practical, then you have to divide it and write something about laboratory or studio that you are using. And if you have any more tutorials, like for some of the courses, like mathematical courses, they give tutorials like 1 hour credit hours tutorial or contact hours, so you should mention that. However, in this course, I have only lecture, and every week I have 3 credit hours or 3 contact hours multiplied by 15 weeks. It will be 45 contact hours. On part B of the form is the course objectives and learning outcomes. The first 2 items, or the first 2 parts, are general items that you summarize all the course objectives and learning outcomes. The first part is the course description, which is the things that you would like to give to the students and they would like to see on the course. So it's a type of the course contents in a summary. The second part is the course main objective, which I recommend to write after the CLOs, the course learning outcomes. So the course main objective is the summary or the abstract of all course learning outcomes, which we will later on show it to you. Still, we are in the B section of that form, and this is the butter of the whole course specification. What we call is the CLOs, the course learning outcomes. And the course learning outcomes, it has to be written in a way that it should be observable and it should be measurable. And I would recommend for all of us to go ahead and use Bloom's taxonomy. You have to identify the course learning outcome in which level. We have 3 levels for course learning outcomes in this form. We have the knowledge and understanding, we have the skills and the values. In the old NCAA form for course specifications, there was something called competencies instead of values. Now they changed it because of the confusion happened to most of the teachers who are trying to write the form or to fill in the form. Now the main difference between skills and values is that values is higher level than skills. If you put a learning outcome on this level, then it means that you have already mastered the skills and now you are trying to be creative and trying to communicate with the others about these ideas. And section C is the course content. As simple as that, you list all the topics that you have and then how much time would you like to spend for each topic, and it shouldn't exceed the total amount of the contact hours that you have already put previously. This section will be all about teaching methods and assessments. And as simple as this, you will have all the CLOs listed, and for each CLO you have to use one of the teaching strategies, and also for that CLO you have to determine the assessment method. And we have for teaching strategies, for example, you have lecturing or lectures, you can use also applications, you can use reviews, tasks, and for example, for the last level values, for the values level, you could use group work or a report. For the assessment methods, you could use tests like quizzes, final exam, midterms, those are all kind of tests. And then you can use also assignments, you can use also projects. On the second part of section D, which is teaching and assessment, is the assessment tasks for students. Here is the list for my course. However, there are few regulations that you have to be careful about. For some universities and some colleges and departments, the final exams, midterms are already predetermined. So please go back to the policy and procedures that you have for your department and see those grades or marks or scores for those kind of tests and exams. After that, you can put all the grades that you want or all the percentages that you want for each assignment tasks that you can see. Section E is all about students' academic counseling and support. And I would recommend that we use the same format that I have already used in our course for all my colleagues at the same department, because we have already had a meeting and we have agreed that we will use the same strategies for student counseling and support, and those are the ones that I'm already using for my course. In F section, we will find the learning resources and facilities, and it contains 2 parts, the learning resources, and second part is the facility required. And as simple as this, you mention all the requirements or the things that you need or resources that you need for this course, whether it's a learning resource or a facility resource. Course quality evaluation is in part or is in section G of this form, and it contains three information: the evaluation area, the evaluators, and evaluation methods. In my course, I used 5 different evaluation area, and for each evaluation area, I wrote the evaluators, including, of course, students, and also the evaluation methods, whether it's a survey or appraisal or reports or any other methods that you can see for evaluation method. Your form will not be official unless part H of this form is filled out, which is the specification approval data. In our department, it has to be approved by the department council, and you have also to write the meeting number for that department council meeting and also the date for that.